You know, depending on your definition, Harpies might be the first real archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! They've been around ever since Mai decided to start sniffing cards, which is to say longer than some adults have been alive. So how does a deck that old stay relevant? Well, it's a mix of three things. First of all, they've received a lot of different waves of support. Some of it is good, some of it is completely irrelevant, all of it adding up to just about enough to turn into a deck. Secondly, it's the fact that they're built on a great foundation. I'm talking about Elegant Egotist, a card that lets you summon one of their monsters straight from the deck. And since it's such an ancient card, it's not even once per turn. See, being old does have its benefits. Add some searchers for it like Harpie Perfumer, and add some searchers for that searcher like Harpie Channeler, and you've got yourself a deck core. But it's still a bit too fair. A lot of decks enter the meta due to having something a bit unfair that pushes them above and beyond, and a barrier statue with Simorg just isn't enough. Enter our third point, Harpie's Feather Storm. Remember VFD? Well, now it's a trap. A searchable trap. A trap that you can use straight from your hand. Still not convinced? Well, they also have a boss monster that lets you compulse a monster while VFDing them. In order to make all this as consistent as possible, all you really need to do is add Tri-Brigades to the mix. Shurag searches your Harpies, Bearbrim discards Hysteric Sign, allowing you to search Featherstorm, and any of their main deck monsters either extend your combos at the end, adding a few bonus interruptions to an already strong board, or can let you do fun combos like summoning a Cyber Dragon Infinity in your Harpie deck. Want to know how? Well, keep watching then. To start with the Harpie monsters, you run 3 Harpie Perfumer, Channeler, and Lady, followed by 1 Harpist. Perfumer is great, allowing you to search Elegant Egotist to summon a Harpie Lady, and Harpie Channeler can summon Perfumer from your deck, but only if you have a Harpie to discard. That's one of the reasons why you need to run quite a lot of Harpie cards, because it's worth it to try and resolve Perfumer's effect. Harpie Lady, the normal monster, is worth running over Harpie Lady 1, just so that you can use Unexpected Die on it. Also, I know some people would object to running 3 of it, but between Unexpected Die, Elegant Egotist, Perfumer, and needing to discard a lot of Harpie cards, you often go through 2 copies during your combos, and would be left unable to resolve a third one's effect, which would be a huge waste. On the subject of discarding, you run a Harpie Harpist, just because it's a decent Harpie to discard, allowing you to search a Harpie monster in your end phase. Sometimes you find yourself searching something that you know you'll be discarding, so this is good for those times. Also, you do just need a lot of names for Harpie Channeler, so you might as well just run one of this. As for their back row, you run 3 Elegant Egotist, Hysteric Sign, and Feather Storm, and then 1 Feather Duster. Egotist for the free materials, Hysteric Sign to either allow you to combo more by searching Elegant Egotist, or more importantly, to send to the graveyard in order to search a Feather Storm in the end phase. If you're waiting for the end phase to search, make sure to leave a Harpie on the field, so that you can actually use it straight from your hand, since you won't have time to set it. Featherstorm is almost a turn skip if you manage to use it, so prioritise searching it if possible. As a bonus, if you draw it, you could always just set it, and then if your opponent tries to destroy it, you can chain it to its own destruction, preventing monster effects for that turn, and you get to search a Feather Duster. Now for the Tri-Brigades. First off, just to get things straight, this is meant to be a Harpie deck with a Tri-Brigade engine, not the other way around, meaning that you're trying to make Harpie boards and the Tri-Brigades help you do that, so you won't be making the typical Tri-Brigade end boards. This is because of 2 little incompatibilities. Bearbrim's effect locks you into only Tri-Brigades, so you won't get to summon a barrier statue in the end phase if you do use it, and secondly, you won't be able to summon Shurag if you're under the effects of a barrier statue, making it less of an important card in the deck. This doesn't mean that you'll never use those effects, but rather, just that you need to know in advance what kind of end board you're aiming for. Instead, you run this engine to provide ways of searching your Harpies, as well as cheating out your extra deck monsters. So for the ratios, run 3 Fractal, Keras and Nerval, and 1 Kit. Kit is only at 1, because it's just not a good draw in this deck, and it doesn't have too much use besides sending it as Fractal, while Nerval is at least a winged beast, so you can make some extra deck monsters with it, and summon it from Simorgh even after Bearbrum's effect. You then run 1 Revolt in case you want to search it and forgo a barrier statue, and 1 Tenki in order to search Fractal. Then there's the 3 unfortunate bricks of the deck. You don't really want to draw any of these, but luckily Ferrigit allows you to shuffle them back to the deck, and so can Bearbrum in order to search Revolt, so it's always possible to salvage a hand that contains them. Barrier Statue is supposed to be your summon off of Simorgh in your end phase, Singing Lanius is your search off of Force Strix, and Soul's Shave Force is a searchable rank up magic that allows you to make a Cyber Dragon Infinity. Finally, you run 2 unexpected die, since 3 was a bit too much in combination with the Elegant Egotists. And for your hand trap of choice, run Infinite Impermanence. It's the best hand trap for this deck, since even going first, you can make a Cyber/Harpie Lady, and turn its negate into a negate and a compulse. In your extra deck for your Tri-Brigades, run 1 Ferrigit, 1 Bearbrum, 2 Shurag, and 1 Rugal. Ferrigit fixes your hand and can summon an extra Tri-Brigade from your hand to make one of your link monsters. Bearbrum can discard Hysteric Sign so that it searches Featherstorm while allowing you to extend, plus occasionally lets you search Revolt. Shurag searches your Harpies and provides great removal. And finally, Rugal is there because you sometimes need to make a link 3 with your remaining monsters, and it can also summon something back to either get it in your hand later on, or send with Double Dragon in case you don't have anything on the hand or field that you would want to get rid of. Then there's the Cyber Dragon Infinity package, with Y Strix, Force Strix, and Infinity. With the Tri-Brigade, usually Keras, banish 2 to make a Force Strix, and then use Harpies to make a Y Strix, before activating it to trigger a Force Strix's effect, allowing you to search your rank up magic. Simorgh is usually on your end board, summoning your Barrier Statue, and Avramax is there to protect a Barrier Statue from attacks. Then you run 1 Cyber/Harpie Lady, which adds a compulse effect to the activation of one of your traps, which is even better if you're activating Featherstorm straight from the hand. Resvelga and Double Dragon are extra deck monsters to summon with your Tri-Brigades, the former being a DD Cray with potentially a ton of attack, and the latter being a quick effect compulse. Finally, to run some Xyz monsters, Tornado Dragon helps you deal with back row and can destroy your own Hysteric Sign, and Ice Beast Zerifine can negate everything your opponent controls if you're going second, forcing out some negates. Alternatively, you could run Lightning Chidori for extra removal. If you want to change things up a bit, consider Harpie's Hunting Ground or Feather Rest. Hunting Ground can deal with your opponent's back row, or again can destroy your own Hysteric Sign, and Feather Rest can let you draw 2, but locks you into wind monsters. You could also run 2 more Kit, but she's not too necessary, and is getting quite pricey since everyone's been picking up the Tri-Brigades. Now for the combos. If you've been enjoying the video so far, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. For this first combo, I want to show you what you can do with a Fractal, the second Tri-Brigade, a Perfumer, and any monster to discard. Start off with Fractal's effect, sending it to the graveyard to send a Kit, to send a Nerval, to search a Keras. Then discard another monster to summon Keras, banish 2 to make a Y Strix. Then you can summon your Perfumer to search an Elegant Egotist, which you use to get a Harpie Lady. Overlay those into a Force Strix using its effect to search Singing Lanius, which triggers Y Strix's effect to set Soul Shave Force. You can then link up into Simorgh and Ferrigit, use her effect to summon Fractal, use its effect to make a Double Dragon Lords, and then finally use your rank up magic to get your Cyber Dragon. You can then use the rest of your monsters to make a Rugal, and then in the end phase, Simorgh can search your Barrier Statue. Now during your opponent's turn, Rugal can summon any of your monsters back from the graveyard, as long as they're wind, which gives you a good target to send to the graveyard with Double Dragon Lord's effect, so that you can stop their normal summon from destroying your Barrier Statue. This second hand shows you a simple combo that you can do with a Keras, a Channeler, and a spare Harpie, with a Featherstorm to back it up. Since you know you already have the trap, you want to focus on making the Barrier Statue with Cyber/Harpie Lady to bounce their normal summon, while locking them out of effect monsters. Start with Channeler, discarding your Feather Duster, to summon a Perfumer from your deck who searches an Elegant Egotist. Use Elegant Egotist to get your Harpie Lady, and then use Keras' effect to send your spare Harpie Lady to the graveyard while summoning itself. With 2 of your Harpie Ladies, make a Cyber/Harpie Lady since you don't actually need a tuner, and then use Chaos's effect to banish 3 to make a Simorgh. With those 2, you can just link them into a Ferrojeet or something, and then in your end phase you get to summon a barrier statue straight from your deck. Now during your opponent's turn, you get to activate Harpie's Feather Storm, negating all of their monster effects, and then allowing you to chain Cyber Slash Harpie's effect to it, sending their normal summon straight back to the hand. This third one is quite a similar hand, but with Unexpected Die instead of Feather Storm. Since you don't have the trap, Cyber Slash isn't a priority any longer, so you want to adapt your combo accordingly. Start with Unexpected Die, getting a normal monster, and then summon Channeler, discarding a Harpie card to search a Perfumer, who then searches an Elegant Egotist. With those 2 you can make a Ferrojeet, and then Keras can discard your spare monster to summon itself and make a Wise Strix. Then overlay into a Force Strix, search Singing Lanius, search your rank up magic, and then summon your Singing Lanius. With your 2 Link 2s, make an Avramax, and then with the remaining 3 make a Simorgh, before using your rank up magic to summon a Cyber Dragon Infinity. Now during your end phase, you get to summon a barrier statue, which will be protected by Avramax, all backed up with the Cyber Dragon Infinity's negate. This fourth hand contains Hysteric Sign, so you know you're going to have to either destroy it or discard it as part of your combos. Start with Unexpected Die, before using Fractal to do the usual Tri-Brigade line, ending up with a Keras in your hand. Use Keras to discard the Nerval, summoning itself, before banishing 4 to make a Shurag. You then link those 2 into a Bearbroom, and then Shurag's effect triggers in the graveyard to search a Harpie Perfumer. Summon Perfumer to search an Elegant Egotist, and then use Bearbroom's effect to discard 2, including the Hysteric Sign, to summon back a Nerval, and now your Hysteric Sign's in the graveyard, so it will search in the end phase. With the 2 Harpie Ladies, you make a Cyber Slash, before using your Nerval to make a Double Dragon Lords, and end on a Simorgh, which summons your barrier statue in the end phase. Now in your end phase, you also get to search 3, with your Hysteric Sign, including your Feather Storm, and you have a Cyber Slash on the field so you can activate it straight from your hand. You also set an Infinite Impermanence, adding even more negates. This next hand shows what you can do when you draw a Harpie Channeler, but no Harpie cards to discard. Remember, Hysteric Sign and Elegant Egotist don't actually count as Harpie cards. Start off with Keras' effect, discarding a Nerval, and Nerval can add a Fractal to your hand, so you sort of end up doing the Tri-Brigade line but backwards. Banish 4 to make a Shurag, and then link both of them into a Bearbroom. Shurag triggers to search a Harpie monster for your discard. Discard Perfumer to summon a Perfumer, and search another Elegant Egotist. You can now discard 2 and bring back a Nerval again, make a Cyber Slash Harpie Lady, and this time you can banish 3 to make a Hresvelga instead. Link up into a Simorgh and then use Bearbroom's effect to search Revolt in your end phase. You then also get to search the 3 cards from Hysteric Sign. You now don't have a barrier statue, but you have a Compulse with Cyber Slash, Revolt to banish something, Hresvelga to banish something from their graveyard, and Feather Storm to negate everything. Plus you could even use Simorgh in your end phase to summon another Nerval from your deck. Finally, this is just one extra test hand I wanted to show. Start with Fractal doing the Tri-Brigade line, ending up with a Keras in your hand, which discards a normal monster. You then banish 2 in order to make a Wise Strix, then summon Perfumer to search an Elegant Egotist and use its effect. Then overlay both of those into a Force Strix, use its effect to search, and then get your rank up magic, and then link up into a Simorgh. Use your rank up magic to make a Cyber Dragon Infinity, and then you can summon your Singing Lanius. Those 2 can make a Ferrojeet to summon your spare Fractal from the hand, using its effect to banish 2 and make a Double Dragon Lord. You now get your barrier statue in the end phase, and you have a Rugal to summon something from your graveyard or banish zone, in order to send with Double Dragon Lord for an extra Compulse. All that is backed up by a Cyber Dragon Infinity, and a Harpie's Feather Storm. So what did you think of the deck? Do you think you'll be picking up Tri-Brigades now that they're cheaper to boost your Harpie deck? Or do you have other things in mind with them? Tell me down in the comments, and while you're down there, make sure to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more uses for Tri-Brigades, I've also made a Melfi Tri-Brigade deck, so be sure to check that out. That's all for today.